Hey everybody, I'm back after the hibernation. It took me long enough, but I'm finally back here. And today we are going to talk about a new app that I have recently found really interesting. I really like it and I thought I'd share it with you. It is really easy to use uh, while requiring no previous knowledge, and it does most of the work for you. If you want to code app, it's called Pocket Code. You may have heard of it or maybe not, but today's video is all about Pocket Code. So let's jump right into it. So we are in the app. The great thing about this app is it is really easy to use. You don't need any prior programming knowledge or tutorials to get started. uh, so let's just get right into it. So I am going to create a new project. I'll call it bounce, you can call it anything, and it is going to be a portrait. So here we are in the main menu of the game. Here you have all of the assets or the images that you're going to use for your game. Okay, so the first one is the background. This is the main kind of the background where everything takes place. So it has three subsections. The first one is the code section. Here you actually put those coding blocks. You don't need any programming language, you just put in coding blocks. They are very easy to use, as you will see. The next one is the visual, where you get the actual image or the picture of the asset or sprites, etc. You can put it here. And the third one is the sound. Here you can put any related sound. I mean, for example, when you play Flappy Bird, when you tap on the screen, there is a flapping sound that produces, so that kind of stuff. So we will go to the eye section, the middle one, which is the visual, section, the image section. So at the bottom right corner you can see a plus sign. Tap on it and it will give the options where you can get the image from. So four options, we will draw the first one. We will just fill it with some color, for example blue. So I'll go to the bottom left corner and tap on the tools. So here we are going to select the fill and then choose the color we want to fill, and then just do it. After that we will go back and it's already there. Okay, so now let's we have the background set now. So now move on to the foreground. Here I am again going to draw it, but this time it is going to be a shape. So a square is fine. So now I'll just crop it and we are done. So we can even resize it. So this is going to be the square. Name it real quick, square, and now it's done. So when we play it, you see a square on the background. Now let's open what's inside the square. So here you can see in the code part and the logic part, we have when scene starts, which is when the program begins. Place a square at, we are talking about square at 100 x and 200 y. This is going to be the position. Now let's play that again. So now let me bring the axes on. Now you can see it is 100 x and 200 y. So we can place it anywhere. So just tap the 100 next to the x. You can place it visually or edit the formula. You can put any value, for example 100, 200 in the formula, or place it visually. We are going to place it visually. So now you can place it anywhere. When you take and it is there, you can place it anywhere on the screen. So but this is not that fun, so let's do some fun thing with it. What if we make the square fall infinitely. For example, it is in the sky and now it's falling. So for that we will go to the control, so it is the motion area. So we want it to move downward, so we will say change its y position by, to move down we represent it with a negative sign, so -2. It will say that it will come 2 pixels down every iteration. So when we move it, nothing happens. This is because it just moves the square by 2 pixels once, not every time. So to do that we will go to the control and add forever. Forever doesn't literally means forever, it means until the program ends. So when we put it in the forever, now it is falling forever. So what about some other things? For example, if we could somehow manipulate the position while the program is running, so for that you go to the event. Here you can see different events. When the scene starts, nope, when tapped, it is going to change the it is going to do something when you tap the object, and below this it is the stage is tapped. When the screen is tapped, you can make it do something. So we will go with the stages tapped, bring it down here. So now when the stage is tapped, what do we want to do is move, and we want it to move upwards. We want the square to move upwards when it is tapped. So we will set it to some positive value, for example 30. Move it by 30 every time we tap. So it works just fine. Now you can change the value. For example, if you set it to 100, now jumps more rapidly, or it just jumps more. Now that is fine. What if we want to move it with our finger? For example, we put our finger on the screen, and whenever or to wherever we move the screen, the square follows. That is, so we will just delete it, we don't need this. So here we need an if statement. So what the if statement do is, if there the blank shows the conditions, if the condition is true, then proceed the code. So what is going to be the condition? We are going to sensors, and here when the screen is touched. Okay, so after this, now what we want to do is set the x position of the square to wait to where we have touched the screen, the x position of that, and set y to, it is going to be similar. So I'm going to sensor and set it to the y position of the touch. Now we can move it anywhere. So as you can see here, we actually made half a game just by playing in few seconds. So that's it for today's video, and before you go, let me remind you to please subscribe. It costs you nothing at all, while it means the world to me. So it would be really great, and there's a lot of content coming about the same topic. We'll make games, compare it to other apps, all the fun stuff. So if you want to stick around for that, maybe subscribe. So thanks, and I'll see you next time.